Hi, Yarn YouTube. This is Lynette with Grammy Crochet. I'm stealing a phrase from Dana at Wonderlust Crochet because I just totally love that she says yarn YouTubers. So sorry, Dana. Or maybe, when people steal from you things like that, that just is a sign of, that they like you and respect and all that stuff, right? Anyway, today is Monday, October 14th. I know that because tomorrow is the day that I'm drawing on the 900 subscriber giveaway. So I wanted to remind you, if you have not already put a comment on that video, go watch it. I'll watch it to the end. That would be, I would really appreciate that. And I will be drawing the name for that tomorrow afternoon when I come home from work, sometime around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. I think that's what I am. I'm in Ohio, USA. I think that's Eastern Standard. Anyway, it's when I get home from work and get changed, and I probably have wet hair for my shower. But that's all right. You guys are used to that. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, I do have the 1,000 subscriber giveaway out there. That ends in another week or so. I think Thursday next week. So if you haven't entered that one, please do. We are through with the camper for the winter. It was very sad to lock it up this year. First, we're at a new campground this year. I know I've mentioned that, and I'm telling you, this is the first year I was sad to close up our camper and be done with camping season. Usually by this time I'm like, oh God, do we got to go back to the camper again? But not this year. I really, I'm going to miss being there with the people that we've met this year and our new camping friends. But it will give me more time to spend with my Yarny friends on YouTube, so yay for that. So I have just a couple of things real quick. Remember back when I was making the volcano basket, and I started with a yarn that was like a fabric different than the t-shirt material that the funfetti usually is made out of. And it was thicker and different, and I said it reminded me of baskets my mom used to make like back in the 80s. Well, I've been thinking about that and thinking about that for a long time, and I'm sure that there are a lot of you out there that remember those baskets, probably crocheted them yourselves. So I think I would like to try and show you how to do that for those that have never seen it or done it, because it's pretty inexpensive to do on your own, I think. As I recall, like my mom would make her own scrap basket material. It was made out of cotton, and I'm sure cotton was all she used. So, and I believe you cut your strips of cotton, and you just take out your scrap cotton and cut it, and it was like 3.5-inch strips, I believe. If anybody has ever made those baskets or remembers, or at the time you could buy like a ribbon, you could buy the cut up fabric already cut up on a roll like a ribbon even. But it was cheaper to buy it, to make it yourself, I think. Because my mom was very frugal. So I think you would take and cut it, I think it was 3.5 inches. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments. And I'm going to try to show you how to do that, because I think it would be something unique for a lot of people younger than me that might not have ever seen it or never did it or doesn't remember it. But it's very similar to the baskets that we're making now, but we're using, 4 threads, or, 4 skeins of yarn, holding 4 together to make it thick enough or whatever. Or the funfetti yarn, but our t-shirt material, but they're not doing that anymore from what I hear. So anyway, enough of that. If you know anything about how to do that, put it in the comments. But I'm going to I went to Hobby Lobby today. And guys, I'm on a yarn diet, and I did really good. I did not buy any yarn, and I was looking for yarn. I went there specifically. They don't sell what I was looking for. And I'll go back to that in a minute. So anyway, they had some fabric on clearance for $2 a yard. I don't know. I don't buy fabric. I don't know if that's a good price, but I don't have any scrap fabric laying around here either. So I thought, well, $2. I bought 2 yards. I'm going to cut it into, I think it's 3.5-inch strips, unless somebody tells me otherwise. I think I can use the, that wheel thing. I have one of those, I think, somewhere, if I can find it. Otherwise, I'll just use scissors. And I'm going to make some strips, and then I'm going to try to do a tutorial, I think, on those baskets, because I think some people might enjoy it. Okay, enough of that. I do have only 2 finished objects over the weekend. I was busy. I was closing up the camper, packing up, blah, 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 cleaning, blah, 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 all that non-fun stuff. But I did find a new tutorial by, I believe it was Nastasia, on scrunchies. And since I had that leftover green from the Frankenstein heads, I made 2 of these, but I gave one away. This is a nice pattern. It's a very nice pattern, and I will see if I can link it in the comments below. If not, it is all the time when I make a tutorial, I have a playlist. If you guys have never noticed, or you don't ever look, but I have, my playlists are public. I have a playlist of things that I have made. So if you're ever looking for a tutorial of something that I said I've made, it's in that playlist. Once I make it, I put it in that playlist. If I ever want to make it again, I know where to find it. So feel free to always look through that playlist, particularly because I'm really bad about linking things, because they never turn blue. So you can't, like, just click on it and get to the tutorial anyway. So anyway, they're always in that things I have made playlist, and so feel free to check it out. This is in there, or it's in the whip bag one, because I'm going to make more. It keeps like getting blurry, but anyway, it's really a simple pattern. I made them in, like, 15 or 20 minutes when we were driving out to dinner. I made one. And I did make a hat for my husband, just like the hat I made for my son. I made, oh, where'd that come from? Oh, wait a minute. You didn't see that, because I thought I had gotten rid of all of those. So that guy snuck out of nowhere. Anyway, there's a tail. A little tiny tail. I don't know. I must have missed cutting it off, but I'll tuck it in a little. But anyway, this is out of that reflective yarn. I just had it here a minute ago. I can't remember who makes it. Hold on. Let me grab it for you. Oh, no. Oh, no, Mr. Bill, you fell. I hope you're okay. Dummy me. Sorry. Oh, now you're upside down. Oops. Okay. Enough roller coaster rides. Sorry, guys. Okay, here it is. It's the Red Heart reflective yarn. I can't get really all the details without undoing it all, but one ball, you can see on the package how it shows you it gets reflective. It really does do that. It was kind of cool. I even crocheted it in the dark, and with my neck light at the campfire, I'm going to tell you, it worked out really awesome. And I could see the shimmer, so that was really cool. You can't see it on here. You can't even tell that it's in there, but it's got this like little white fibrous kind of thread running through there. And it does reflect. So, and it's warm. My husband wore it over the weekend, and he was thrilled with it. He's like, I can't believe it was 70 or so degrees here on Friday when I start making the hat. And on Saturday, he's like, is that hat done? Because it went down into the 50s, and then it got really chilly into like the 40s when we're sitting around the campfire Saturday night. He was real glad to have my hat, or his hat now, because I made it for him. So then the other thing I wanted to show you, it's attached to the yarn. So everybody knows, if you remember, I'm making that, God, I'm going to undo it. Here we go. I'm making the floral afghan. Well, I just finished an afghan, and it's laying here in a pile. Not that it's not beautiful, but it's not downstairs where it should probably be, because it's been too warm to wear an afghan. And then I'm making that floral afghan. Both of the afghans were by Mikey, but this floral one is a granny square. And then I saw Crystal put out Crystal Bag de Crochet. This is still, I think, in my whip bag playlist. But I believe it's tutorial 411. Something I had for her is a tutorial 411. Maybe it's not this. Anyway, she was showing how you take, oh, maybe 411 is the one I'm going to make the sleeves out of. Anyway, she was showing how you can make a long cardigan out of Granny Squares. And I'm like, that's what I'm doing. So it is. So here is, it's not done because I ran out of squares. And I'm running low on yarn, so that's a problem. So I use the Caron Cakes sugar cinnamon swirl is all the not cream color. The cream color is Pound of Love and Antique White. And it's the floral afghan. It's got all those different, but I was going to wait until it was done to show you, but I decided it might be cool to show you how it's put together and the stages that I went through. So you make 6 for the back and you sew them together. And then the sides, peekaboo, I have an armhole here. So you sew, and at the bottom, I'm going to put it on for you, which is why I've got the thing, so you can maybe see here. Well, let's see. Can you see it? It's in the background there, here, in the mirror, as I have it on. I hope I don't unravel too much of it doing this. I think it's cool. Crystals is not obviously done with the same pattern of, wait, hold it, okay. I'm a little discombobulated. This needs to go on this side, okay. Okay, there we go. So, when you're putting it together, then I sewed 6 on the front to be the front. Now, I knew this going in and then forgot when I was actually sewing that I wanted to put like more border on the sides here because I'm a fluffy girl in the middle and us bigger women need more space. So her tutorial, I'm putting it together. You get a collar or you can crochet it up into a hood, but you stop here for the collar. I am not doing it that way because I need more border here to cover the middle. So this is, I think, going to be my last row of border to cover my middle section. And so she has you sew up, put 3 stacked on top of each other to make, it's 3 panels high. And if you can see in the background in my mirror, it comes on me down to my calves. But I'm a short woman. A taller woman, it would obviously be taller. But I liked it that length, and I was real excited about it being that length. And it's very, I don't know if I like this here. I'm making my bum stick out a little bit more. But I could have just gone with all the flat ones, but I thought, what the heck, I'm going to go with the texture. And so you can see in the background more. I think it looks kind of cool. I'm really happy with it. So she has you sew up the 6 up the back. You sew up the end to end on these 3 and do 4 panels like that. And then you sew up the back. Then when you do the sides, you don't sew the top. You only sew from like where these first 2 meet down and you sew all the way down to like the middle of the 3rd section here so that you can have a little flap if you want. I wanted it, so I did that. But I also wanted pockets. So I sewed from my underarm to about here where my arms would go in for a pocket. And I'm going to take a rust colored yarn that I have and I'm going to make a little pouch. And so I'm just going to go inside. I'll show you tomorrow if I get that far, but I doubt it. I'm just going to sew, crochet in there and then just crochet inside and make pockets. I don't know if I'm going to make just squares and sew them into, I don't think so. I think I'll just crochet around. And I think I have buttons. I might put buttons on it in the front here. And then it'll be, sleeves. So she also then did, hers is made out of a kaleidoscope. That's the 411. Kaleidoscope grannies is what hers is made out of. So I think I'm going to take that tutorial because all of these have like 3 or 4 to the pattern. I don't want to make more of these. And if I make more of this one or the clock flower one to do the sleeves, then it's gonna like really throw everything out of balance. So I thought for the sleeves I would make 4 of the tutorial that she put out, that she made her whole thing out of, which I didn't see that first. And, you know, I didn't. This was do this on a whim. And I'm telling you, it is, I think, a wonderful looking. I mean, I'm all into the weird and, I don't know, kind of bohemian, I guess, style clothing. And so, I wouldn't say weird, but I'm going to say that's kind of a bohemian style. And I totally love that style. And I'm really thrilled with this and the way that it's turning out so far. So then you just make I think I'm only going to you do 2, you know. And I wasn't going to do any on the sleeves. I was just going to do like double crochet around and around and around and around and around. And increase so that they're a little bit puffy by the end. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the squares. And I might have to crochet, just double crochet a little bit underneath to make it wide enough. I don't, you know, because I'm a bigger girl. But if that's the case, that's fine. You know, because I have to be careful not to be too long because you do put a cuff on it, which I totally love that idea, to cuff it so that it's not, you know, hanging off all over. So, and she tells you how to cuff it, and you can even put a hoodie on. But I'm running out of the Lion brand of this yarn. I have to go to AC Moore. They don't have it. I went to Hobby Lobby. That's what I went there for. They don't. I was hoping maybe on a whim they would have that. They did not. I know that AC Moore sells it, and I'm just not going to make it out there today. So, and I don't know if I'm going to put a hood on it or not. I kind of want to, but then I kind of don't. I'm kind of thinking no hood. I'll just do, again, in just the cream color because that's my trim. One of those, you know, just the little headband things because I really don't like a hood so much. And then it's just hot on your back if you don't wear it, right? So, that's what I got going on, ladies and gentlemen. And again, big reminder, tomorrow is the giveaway winner drawing. So if you haven't, or you know anyone that, you know, wants some free yarn, share the video. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, and being part of my yarny journey. See you tomorrow afternoon. Have a good one. Bye.